This is the Discover Music Show, bringing you the best new sounds and interviews with the hottest new rising stars.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kevin Cousineau, and this is Secret Waters by Howard Simon.
You water your garden.
Secret Waters off the album View from This Horizon, out now. And here is Howard Simon to talk about the new album. Howard, welcome to the studio.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I'm delighted to be here.
The new album, View from This Horizon, covers many years for you as a songwriter. Do you find the songs have changed much in style over those years?
A bit, I would say. I think there's a consistency to the songs musically. They tend very much to be fingerstyle, softer acoustic guitar songs. Some are flat-picked, but they all seem to be of a type in that regard. I think lyrically they've become more mature, a little bit more economical in how I use words.
And are you influenced by anybody particularly in writing these tunes?
I think that, if one grows up in the States, one has to be influenced by Dylan as a songwriter. He's unavoidable. He's an utter giant. But in terms of thematically, I would say John Martin has been a huge influence on my work.
Oh, he's fantastic.
And he is. And it's always been utterly mysterious to me how it is that he never really made it in the States. Musicians know who he is, but non-musicians in the States generally don't.
Yeah.
And I found him to be one of the most exquisite both songwriters and players ever.
And what made you choose love as a major theme of this album?
I kind of think there's nothing else worth writing about. Not entirely, but somewhat.
That's a very good point.
It's the most universal theme. Love and family are extraordinarily universal themes, and my intent in songwriting is to tell an individual emotional story, whether my own or invented as a fictionalized story, in a way that is universal, so that someone can hear the song and find a moment in it that it recalls a point in their own lives and that moves them about that moment in their own lives.
And the songs have been created over many years, but were they recorded together as a whole recently, or were they recorded over the many years too?
No, the album was recorded over a period of months. I had not done any recording prior to that.
Yeah.
And so the album was put together with the same band and at the same studio in the same set of sessions over several months.
And how much has your producer, Richard Brandenburg, helped in the shaping of the album?
Richard's wonderful. Richard's primary lesson to me is that let the songs dictate the instrumentation. Don't overdo it. Try to avoid musical cliches. So I think Richard has been inspirational in many ways. He and I collaborated very much on the shaping of the songs, also with our recording engineer, Derek Bianchi, who also is a very, very fine musician. So Richard is an important member of the team. We work very collaboratively, but he has brought enormous wisdom to the project.
And did he have a hand in instrumentation? Were there any additional instruments added during the process?
I think we decided to add, for example, there is a clarinet on the song Two Ashes that is a completely separate voice. And our image for that was the guy in the next hotel room practicing, sort of. But within the theme of the song, and to bring a little bit of sadness because it's such an evocative instrument, that was Richard's idea.
I see.
So other small things on the album I think were unique to the producer, but most of it was collaborative.
And we've heard a little bit of Secret Waters. We'll be playing the song in its entirety very shortly. Tell us the inspiration for that tune.
There are a number of songs on the album that use water as a theme. The idea of water flowing, to me, relates to love in many ways. Love flows and it ebbs. And there are moments where there's clarity and moments where it's muddy. And the song is about the person, the protagonist in the song, you water your garden on your hands and your knees, tending the flowers, the balm for the bees, the flower bees balm. The idea was to evoke a person who is both alone and in relationships and understanding her own worth from the perspective of someone who loves her very much.
Well, that's a lovely theme and a lovely idea. And thank you so much for sharing it with us today.
Oh, well, thank you so much for the invitation to join you. I'm just delighted and very, very grateful.
And now here's the new tune by Howard Simon, Secret Waters.
This is the Discover Music Show, bringing you the best new sounds and interviews with the hottest new rising stars.
You water your garden on your hands and your knees, tending the flowers, the balm for the bees. Then you lie in the field with your hands in the earth. All that you have, all that it's worth. Once our secrets were shared, you gave me the notion that the passion you feel is as deep as the ocean. So I'll go to your shows on waves of emotion, with waters of love and tides of devotion. Echoes and echoes of a heart-crushing past. Secret waters come rushing too hard and too fast. There'll be calm on the coastline when I know that it's true. I'm not asking for something you're unable to do. Once our secrets were shared, you gave me the notion that the passion you feel is as deep as the ocean. So I'll go to your shows on waves of emotion, with waters of love and tides of devotion. When the waters start rising, I will learn how to fly, and I'll hover above them as the past passes by, patiently waiting for the waters to part, and for you to float home on the raft of my heart. So dress yourself in burgundy, I'll wear a black beret. We'll go down to the shoreline, we'll celebrate the day we gave ourselves up to water, dove into the sea, float into the wellspring we were always meant to be. Once our secrets were shared, you gave me the notion that the passion you feel is as deep as the ocean. So I'll go to your shows on waves of emotion, with waters of love and tides of devotion, with waters of love and tides of devotion, with waters of love and tides of devotion.